Most will agree dogs and cats have feelings. But what about cattle and other farm animals?
We were finding living animals literally thrown on piles of dead animals, living animals thrown in trash cans, so we started rescuing them.
Gene Baur used to not think before he ate.
Well, I grew up like most people, eating meat, and my parents were eating meat, my brothers and sisters, and I grew up in Hollywood, California, and we did commercials as kids, and so I did some for McDonald's and for some other fast food places.
But in 1985, he made the decision to turn vegan. A year later, he co-founded Farm Sanctuary, a place where farm animals found in deplorable conditions received a second chance.
At a factory farm, as you walk into it, you hear the animals clanking against the bars of their cages, you hear them screaming, you feel the pain.
How many animals are living on your different properties right now? It's probably hard to count because it's probably a lot, but a guesstimate?
Yeah, over the years it's been tens of thousands. Right now we're caring for about 1,000 animals at our sanctuaries.
He can't rescue them all, but he has helped change the way animals still in factory farms are treated.
The Florida initiative that was on the ballot in 2002 was the first time ever that a cruel factory farming practice was banned. So in 2002, Florida voters voted to give animals at least enough space to turn around.
With hope for more changes, Baur is touring the country, making a stop at Darbsters and Boca Raton to talk about the impact our food choices have on our own health, animals, and the planet.
The United Nations put out a report a couple years ago talking about how animal agriculture is one of the top contributors to the most serious environmental problems we're facing in this world. And one of those is global warming. You know, the animal agriculture contributes more to climate change than the entire transportation industry. In order to produce meat, we need to grow lots and lots of grain because you need to grow the grain, feed it to the animals, and that's very inefficient. So there's a lot of resources that go into planting and harvesting corn and soybeans, for example. There are petrochemical fertilizer inputs, pesticides, herbicides. And then there's the tractors that go and have to plow and plant and harvest and then transport, process, and then that's fed to the animals. And then the animals also generate methane, cows through their belching and things like this. And then they go to the slaughterhouse and there's a lot of energy that's used there. And then you need energy for refrigeration and freezers. So there's transportation throughout the whole process as well. So there's an enormous amount of energy that goes into animal farming that most people don't think about. There was an article in the New York Times a few years ago called Rethinking the Meat Guzzler, and in it the author compared the amount of fossil fuels needed for a vegetarian meal versus a meat meal. He found it took 16 times more fossil fuels for the meat meal.
Learn more by visiting farmsanctuary.org. Rachel Lee, Fox 29.